Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to be talking about the 4th Motorized Rifle Division, which was formulated in June 15, 1956, and after the end of the Cold War and the unification of Germany, it would be disbanded on October 2nd, 1990. The division's strength varied from 14 to 15,000 to 10,000. It was going to participate in any action regarding the Fulda Gap. It had a complement of 154 T-55s in 1990. Being it was on the front line and one of the most significant parts of the front, it would have been supported by an immense amount of aircraft, which is also reflected in the deck comp. Being that historically it only had access to T-55s, it has no access in the deck to T-72s, meaning that it's going to have some issues punching up against some of the more heavy tanks of NATO forces. It also had helicopters attached to its unit, which is also reflected in the game. Its main armored transport carrier was the BMP-1. Most of its units, though, were going to be motorized by trucks, which is also reflected in the game. Its headquarters would move periodically around the Fulda Gap region, but it was one of the most well-equipped units within the Eastern Front for the East Germans, which is reflected by its large infantry tab, air support, helicopters, and many more. Okay, let's talk about the division overall. What's its strengths, weaknesses, how does it play? Well, let's be honest. The tank tab, guys, let's start here because this is probably one of the weakest tabs. This tank tab is absolutely god-awful. Just like historically, it only has access to T-55s, which are outdated at this point. The other deck, 7th Panzer, pretty much gets T-72s and so on, so they actually have some good, decent tanks. This deck has none of that. It only has T-55s. It has plenty of them, and a lot of them, but not great. What do you get? You get T-55 M2 model. Doesn't come with any ATGMs. It's okay. It's 70 points. It's actually a decent tank for its class. And then you also get the 80-point version of it. You also get a command vehicle variant of it. You also get these T-55As. These things are trash. Accuracy is 37%, and this is triple vetted, okay? So when it's double vetted, you get 12 of them, but 34% accuracy. So these things are so bad, it's actually kind of funny. 57% accuracy for these, and 57% accuracy for these. And these are all double vetted. These are double vetted as well. Triple vetted, they get a little bit better accuracy, but again, nothing to talk about. You also get these Conquerors. These things suck. Everyone keeps using them. Everyone keeps telling me they're great, but they're terrible. It takes 2 ATGMs to kill even a Leopard 1, and they're slow. People are going to smoke their tanks off before they get hit, and they don't have great, not the best. They're just not the best. They die too quickly. They're 80 points, too expensive. Moving down, though, to the infantry tab, its best tab. It has Fallschirmjäger here, okay? These guys are nasty infantry. They're triple vet. They mow down everybody. You also get tons of Mot Schützen, which come with BMP-1s. You can bring them without the ATGM or with the ATGM. Obviously, you should pay that extra 5 points for the ATGM. It makes a big difference. But yeah, just standard motorized. You also get plenty of CQC infantry. You get the Pioneers. These guys, Pioneer Flames, are one of the best squads in the game. Coming with the Flamethrower. And these guys mow people down. Plus, they have another MG as well, which is really nice. Pioneer. They also come with Pioneer Squad, another good with CQC infantry squad. These guys are really nasty. These guys can throw satchels, really spam them. They can just throw them out instantly. There's not like ST2 where there's a delay. They can just keep throwing them over and over. More Mot Schützen. They also get the Mot Schützen with this. It's a different class of Mot Schützen. You get 3 of the PKMs. These guys mow down everybody. They just destroy people. If you put them out in a building or something and somebody has to cross an open field of some kind, they're gone. They're just going to get destroyed. So a really must-take unit as well. Let's get some Panzerjäger, another smaller Jaeger. These guys just come with 2 RPGs. These guys can be mixed in with your CQC infantry, and then carry these guys with 2 RPGs, which will cover any of the armor personnel carriers or tanks that come in the forest to fight you. Moving down the line, you also get a good variety of leaders. We'll talk about 4 types of leaders. You get the motorized Schützen, just standard stuff here. Let's get the Schützenführer. Again, not much difference. You also get some Fallschirmjäger. Jaeger, again, not the biggest difference either. And then you also get Pioneer Jaeger. I always go the Mot Schützenführer. I do like the squad in general, but all 4 options are not too bad. I do recommend you have an AT though. You'll sometimes see vehicles try to chase down infantry, especially your leaders, and this is what you're going to want to kill. Other than that though, you also get other types of Fallschirmjägers here. You get one with a ATGM. I don't recommend these because usually using your Fallschirmjägers are more close quarters engagements, not sitting around in the rear of the map. So I would just, if you're going to do that, just bring up BMPs. I do bring a lot of times, guys, I do recommend. If you bring a B2RS squad, a B2RS with an ATGM, it's not too bad to bring a squad with also ATGMs, and they kind of can sit in the back and support one another. Pretty good. You also get some Some ATGM vehicles, again, these things aren't very good. 16 penetration. The one, the most expensive one, is 20. Accuracy is not too great. You do get it up a little bit better when you get it to triple vet, but again, I just don't think it's that great. These things are unreliable to me and too weak to be cost efficient, but that's just me. You also get a recoilless rifle. I don't recommend as well. And then you also get these. I see people drive down the roads, spam. You get like 12 of them, and they just go down the road and try hitting the rear. The attack fast move isn't working with these for some reason, so that's something to note. But hopefully Eugen will fix that. Logi wise, it's just standard Logi tab. You obviously get a command helicopter that you should never bring. You also get a BMP-1, which is actually pretty good. It's 160 points. Or you can get the BTR. It's another like armored, slow, but it's armored, which is actually kind of nice. Other than that, you can also bring the SPWs. I recommend these things. 100 points. They're quick, they're fast. They can take a couple artillery shots. I love them. And again, they're only 100 points. For supply trucks, you get three options. You got a helicopter here, carries tons of supplies, but is only seen and will be artilleried. You get the normal supply trucks. These things are awesome, carry tons of supply. And then if you want more and a little bit armored, but a lot slower, you can get the MTLBs. These carry a lot, not that much supply, but you get a lot of them. Artillery wise, what can I say, guys? Artillery is not great in the game. These things aren't very good in general. I don't recommend rocket artillery for the most part. These things can be okay, but again, I don't think so. I recommend bringing these 100 in, what are these? 152 mils. If you get like 3 of them, you can kill some AA, you can kill some key units. So that's what I use them to counter battery AA. You also can get the little bit cheaper version, 122. You get a lot more availability. You get 6 of them instead of 3. Don't recommend vetting your AA at all. There's no point. Sorry, not AA, your artillery. Moving down the line, the Recon tab is actually pretty cool. You get this vehicle here. It's actually 40 points, pretty cheap. It's got 10 pen. It'll kill enemy Recon vehicles, and actually not too bad. You also get the this thing here, another like equivalent of it. It's okay. This is way more expensive though, so be careful of that. It is 70 points. You get these vehicles. These things are trash. Do not bring them. You can put them in corners, but their stealth isn't great. They get spotted all the time. They die. But the fun part, you get these. There's like Grupa. These are like they all fill with American weapons and so on. They're supposed to be the guys, I guess, that sneak behind American lines and dress like Americans and so on. So they get all their equipment. These guys are absolutely beasts. They mow people down. It's a must-take unit. You also get another equivalent of them with a satchel, CQC. These guys are also a must-take unit. And then you also just get your off glare. So pretty much you get your like special forces guys who are dressing as the enemy. You sneak behind their rear. And you can get some pretty good options here. You can take them helicopters or some just normal vehicles. But getting the option to have helicopters is really nice. AA wise, it's a standard Russian A before the East Germans. Strelas are a must-take. I think you have to take at least 1 card just in case you are being batteried or you're mismicroing your A regarding seed. But other than that, I recommend taking these double vetted. You sing a leader next to them in the triple vet. These things will destroy any aircraft that fly in their vicinity. Estrelas are also a must-take. They're 90 points. They mow down. They have tons of ammo, so they won't run out quick. You can also bring these terrible missiles if you're stupid, but do not. They're terrible. Look at this accuracy. Triple vetted and they have 37% accuracy. Like, what is the point of bringing this unit? Absolute garbage. And that's all the options really you have for A tab. Helos, again, just like historically, had a unit attached to them. You get awesome helos here. You get just different variety of the Mi-24s, different armaments. So it's kind of up to you what you want to take. I bring the most expensive one. I only bring 1. Again, be noted that you only get 1 per card though for all of these. But you do get 2 of these cards per these classes. But you can only get 1 helicopter per pick. So that's a big deal. Another more cheaper alternative is to bring just a rocket helicopter, open up with like a 100 point or 90 point helicopter and just run down the road and just absolutely destroy any recon units that start up in the beginning of the game. So highly recommend you maybe doing that. But other than that, air tab though is awesome. What can we say about this? These MiG-29s are a little bit better of a fighter, but again, they're going to lose to the F-15 or the British, I think it's Typhoon. They're just going to lose every single time. They just do not reliably win, in my opinion. So you're outclassed fighter-wise. But for seed, you have awesome seed. You get 2 cards of seed here, and these things mow people down. I take them double vetted, so they have better accuracy, 57%. 57%. So they're really good. You get 4 of them. These are must-takes. You must take these. Cluster, you get 1 card of clusters. You get 3 per card though. Really nasty. These things are pretty good survivability, pretty fast, get in and out quick, and they pretty much yeet or destroy any tank of any class that they hit, which is awesome. So you don't need 2 of them. These bombers are pretty good too. Carry 6 of the 500 kilogram bombs. They'll pretty much destroy any vehicles. They'll even kill most heavy tanks. You use 2 of them pretty much, you'll guarantee kill a Leopard 2 or M1H HA Abrams. So it's a must take unit, I think, as well. These bombers too are a must take. 60 points. It's ridiculously cheap, and they carry 250 kilogram bombs. These things will delete any infantry squads moving up. If you buy all 3 of them, you go in. It's pretty hard for AA to shoot all of them down, which is absolutely amazing. These bombers are also really good. These SU-24s, they're a lot stronger, more survivability. So I do recommend. You also get pretty good availability. You get 3 of them, so that's something to note as well. You also get napalm. The napalm variant is also amazing. Highly recommend as well. But again, you have to kind of pick and choose what you kind of favor more than others, because there's so many options in this deck. These MiG-24 ATs, these things actually have huge missiles, and they will destroy most tanks. And pretty good availability. They're pretty cheap. I actually do not mind them, but I think you should just go with the SU-22s. These things are just the better version of it. Pretty good accuracy. You can see that the same accuracy, but if you take these double vetted, you get 2 of them, and you do get better accuracy, which is what I kind of do when I bring these. So that's it. The AA tab, you can bring these fighters. These things are trash. Not bring them. They are. I mean, you could bring them. They're cheap, but they're not gonna. They're not reliably shooting anything down. You also get the MiG-23, another fighter. Again, you're gonna get outclassed by enemy aircraft for sure. Another one here. You're just gonna get outclassed once more. You also get these rocket planes. These things are trash, and I bring them. They are terrible. Overall, the deck's pretty strong. The weaknesses is obviously its tank tab. Its infantry tab is one of its best strengths. It's awesome. And then every other tab is pretty good. But being weak in the tank tab means you need to go in a CQC infantry orientated area where you're going to do your, the most with this deck, honestly. If you go out in the open, you're going to get absolutely mowed down and destroyed. Tell me, guys, what you guys think about this deck. Let me know, and I'll see you guys around. Thanks for watching.